Hey there, so in this video I'm going to talk about how I personally look for entries when buying coins. But before I do though, I'm trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you like the content and want to help support the channel, please consider helping out by hitting that subscribe button. Having said that, let's get started. Now, I personally don't trade on lower time frames. I usually just stick with the daily charts, but I'll occasionally look at the lower time frames such as the 4-hour or hourly charts to give me an idea of what's happening, but I rarely put any weight on it when it comes to the decisions of my entries. Having said that, I personally only buy coins that I'm interested in holding for longer periods of time. I'll look for quality projects that I think have long-term potential. So once I've done my research on those coins, I'll feel more confident in buying those particular coins. It's just a matter of at what price. When it comes to signals or indicators of when it's a good time to buy, what I'll do is I'll look at the historical RSI and map out the support. What I'll then do is just wait until the RSI hits levels that I like, and we'll use that as a starting guide. When it does hit the levels that I like, I'll see if the other indicators are showing signs of a potential reversal. For example, is the price at a support area, or is there a falling wedge pattern that's inherently bullish? Those are just some other things that I'll look out for. Now, there's no one size fits all because all scenarios are different and should thus be evaluated on a case-by-case situation. There is no one size fits all for every decision-making process. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over a couple of examples that I can remember using this criteria to enter. Now, the first one is on Cake back in May when it was around $10. So that was right over here. Now, I saw that the RSI was getting to a low level where the previously bounced off of. So if I go over here and we look, this was May 21st or May 23rd. And we can see that the RSI was pretty low. It was down over here. So if we look right over here, and we can see that the RSI was down over here. So what I looked at was I saw that the RSI kind of bounced off from here. Now this is the only time that the RSI has been down here, and then after that it went up for the price that is. My logic was, why not just kind of put in some limit buys over here? And in addition to that, I also see that there was this somewhat support over here. Right over here, if I kind of zoom in on it and we draw this box, we can see that there's this little support over here. So I drew this across and I said, okay, it looks like this might be a good place to buy. And yes, it did kind of hit the top part of my limit order. So I did put it in at $10 just over here, like 10.01 or something like that, just because I thought, 10's a good round number, and I'm just going to put it in at 10.01 just to front run the $10 position. So I put it in over here, and when I looked at the RSI, I also saw that there was a little bit of bullish divergence over here on the RSI and over here. Now, when my limit order hit, obviously that's when I kind of saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll keep this position that I have, or keep this buy. And only a small portion of my entire bankroll got filled. Now, it could have very well gone down some more, and I guess I got kind of lucky on this. So this is why I only put in very small amounts into my entries, just in case I am wrong, and that way I do have more cash on the side to buy the dips. So that was my first example that I can remember. Now here is another one, and it's on Bitcoin when it pretty much like crashed over here back in March of 2020, and the price pretty much went down to the low 4,000s. So I'll give you my logic over here. So basically, when Bitcoin was on a free fall, I was pretty much buying this dip because when I saw that it was massively oversold on the RSI right over here, on the daily, it was massively oversold on the RSI, and my logic was it's fundamentally nothing different with the coin at this price compared to how it was, a couple of weeks ago when it was $10,000. So from here to here, fundamentally, nothing really changed. And I believe at the time I was also thinking, oh, the halving is going to come up sometime soon. So sometime in May, that's when the halving is going to happen. So it's a good time to buy. It was also massively oversold. And in addition, when I saw this hammer like candle over here where the price just got rejected like 20%. So if I from over here, let's take a look. Yeah, about 20 something percent. When I saw that the next day, or when this candle formed, I was thinking, okay, that might be a good time to start putting in some buy orders right about now. So that's what I did. In terms of my average price, I think it may have been about $6,000. I don't exactly remember. For myself, I just laddered my positions from all the way, I don't know, I think it was over here where I did see this kind of support, right? So I did see this little support from before. So I did put in some entries over here and obviously it just went through. And then I also had some entries because of this part over here, this price. So I had some at the low 6,000. And then I also bought some over, I think maybe around here, and some around, I don't think, I may have got 1 or 2 orders filled over here, but I also had some orders down here, but obviously it didn't get filled. But my base price was, I think, 6,000, because the next day when I saw this happen, I was thinking, I'll probably just keep the orders. I think that would be good for myself. So pretty much that's how I look for entries on my buys. I take the quote unquote Warren Buffett approach, where I just wait out for prices to go to levels that I think are quote unquote cheap and then just start buying them. My approach may seem boring to some of you, but it's been working quite well for myself. It does take a lot of patience, and I think that's why it does work well, because the urge to fight the emotions of FOMO is the hardest, yet it's the most rewarding thing to do. I've been in the crypto space since 2017, and I still remember I would be FOMOing in back at the height of 2017, later in the year when it was around November or December, when there's massive exuberance, and I would just be buying coins as they went up. But I've obviously learned my lesson. I've learned that emotions are your worst enemy, and keep them at the door and not in your investment decisions. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video or found it educational, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, as I do check and respond. If you think that there's someone who'll get some value out of this video, please share it with them. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.